Adoption. Look at that.
Executive session this evening. Welcome everyone to the City of East Providence City Council meeting. Today is Tuesday, January 18th, 2022. May we start off by the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Thank you. And Deputy Clerk, may we start off with a roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Councilman Cahoon.
I'm here.
Councilman Rhode.
Here.
Council Vice President Rodriguez.
Here.
Councilwoman Souza.
Here.
And Council President Brito.
Here. Thank you. Next item, please.
Executive session, we don't have any.
Mhm.
Let's do that. So we have the consent calendar next. It's to approve the regular meeting minutes and executive session minutes from December 21st of 2021, and also our tax abatements.
And we all got copies of that as well.
Mhm.
All right.
Correct.
Would anyone like to make a motion to accept the consent calendar?
Council President, I make a motion to approve the consent calendar.
Is there a second? Second. Roll call, please.
Councilman Cahoon.
Aye.
Councilman Morata.
Aye.
Council Vice President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Councilwoman Souza.
Aye.
Council President Brito.
Aye. Next item, please.
Next item, licenses, non-public hearing. It's an application for a victualling license, class 3. It's a new one. It's Jared Houlihan. It's going to be the hookah trap at 259 Waterman Avenue.
Okay, this is not a public hearing. Do you have everything from the applicant?
We do.
Okay. At the pleasure of the council, anyone have any questions? Is the applicant present? Doesn't appear that the applicant's present at this time. If not, anyone like to make a motion? Make a motion to approve. Okay, we have a motion to approve. Would anyone like to second that motion?
Second.
Okay, roll call vote, please.
Councilman Cahoon.
Aye.
Councilman Morata.
Aye.
Council Vice President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Councilwoman Souza.
Aye.
Council President Brito.
Aye, next item, please.
Next item is Class F1 application for a special event. It's alcoholic beverage. It's St. Francis Xavier Church at 81 North Carpenter Street. It's on January 29th at 6 p.m. and it's a parish anniversary dinner.
We have all their paperwork in.
We do.
All at the pleasure of the council. Anyone have any questions, concerns?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Would anyone like to second that? We have a second as well. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Cahoon.
Aye.
Councilman Morata.
Aye.
Council Vice President Rodriguez.
Aye.
Councilwoman Souza.
Aye.
Council President Brito.
Aye. Next item, please.
Next item is for public hearing. It's a BV license. It's a new liquor license. The applicant is Jean Hun Lee. The business name is Sun and Moon. And the business address is 95 to 99 Warren Avenue.
Okay. So before I open this up to the public, because it is a public hearing, I'm going to leave it up to the pleasure of the council if you have any questions or concerns. Doesn't appear that any council members have any questions or concerns at this point in time. Is the applicant present at this time? Applicant is not present. It is a public hearing, so anyone wishing to speak for or against, whether you're here or on Zoom, please raise your hand or approach the podium. I'll ask for a second and final time. Anyone wishing to speak for or against this podium, for this license, please approach the podium or raise your hand on Zoom.
Council President, we do have a letter for in favor for the license.
Okay. So for the record, if we could just keep that in for the record. Okay, public hearing is now closed at this point in time. It's at the pleasure of the council to vote on this.
President, can I just ask the deputy clerk, do you have the letter present in front of you? Can you say who it's from, or if it's from a business?
It's from a constituent and his name is William Damian.
William what?
Damian?
You want to read it real quick? It's small. It's handwritten.
It says, yeah, it's handwritten. They're a resident of 12 4th Street in East Providence. It says, hello, this letter about Sun and Moon Restaurant's application for a full license to sell intoxicating beverages. I have no problem with them. They have good food and no people problems in the restaurant. I will not be able to attend the meeting. William Damian.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Would anyone like to make a motion at this point in time?
I make a motion to approve the liquor license for Sun and Moon.
Would anyone like to second that motion?
Second.
Okay. Deputy Clerk, may we have a roll call vote?
Councilman Cahoon.
Aye.
Councilman Morado.
Aye.
Council Vice President Rodrick. Councilwoman Souza.
Aye.
Council President Brito.
Aye. So according to the agenda, there is no proclamation, presentations, communications. And I'll just wait to see if we have anything for public comment. Moving beyond that, just temporarily, there's no appointments at this point in time as well. And we'll just check on the public comment. No public comment? Okay, there's no public comment at this point in time, so we're going to jump, Deputy Clerk, right into council members' communication.
Okay, under council members, the first item is community meeting regarding the Flock Group Incorporated automatic license plate detection cameras. The meeting will be held at the American Legion at 830 Rhode Avenue on February 2nd, 2022 at 6 p.m. It's Councilman Morado for discussion only.
I think you really read it well, so I don't have to do it again.
Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. Item number 2 is procedure for review and consideration of city clerk application / timeline. Council President Brito, discussion of possible vote.
Not a vote. I just put this on essentially to let everyone know that the applications are coming in at this point in time. Our resumes, as you all been aware of, we've been receiving quite a bit. So I just want, bring it to the council's attention that we need to make a move. If we would like to make a move at this point in time by reviewing those resumes and possibly coming up with a strategy of how we're going to select the next city clerk. So again, it was just something I want to put on the table. The cutoff date, I think, is tomorrow, the 19th. After that point in time, come the next council meeting, we should be prepared to at least have a full discussion on process of eliminations of the resumes that we have received at this point in time, or however way we proceed going forward. That's all I have to say.
We have no ordinances for second passage, no continued business. New business, we have mayor communications with Director Gonzalez.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
So the first thing on the mayor communications appointment requiring council confirmation, and that's appointing Real Lucy started. Reappointment to the Board of Assessment Review. She's been working in the real estate area, occupation 30+ years, city resident. I'm sure you're all familiar with her. That's it.
This is on for a vote. At the pleasure of the council, any questions, concerns? Anything you'd like to bring up at this point in time? With nothing being said, would anyone like to make a motion?
Mr. President, I move to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve by Councilman Cahoon. Do I have a second?
President, second.
I have a second, Councilman Rodrick. May we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, sir. Councilman Cahoon.
Aye.
Councilman Morado.
Nay.
Council Vice President Rodrick.
Aye.
Councilwoman Souza.
Nay.
And Council President Brito.
Aye. Next appointment?
The next appointment is not requiring council confirmation. His name is John Farrier, reappointed to East Providence Housing Authority. Term 12/20/21 to 12/19/2024. Mr. Farrier, as you all know, he just wants to be on.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to the third item for announcement and discussions.
So we're announcing there's going to be no more fines at the City of Providence library, public library. The announcement came out the other day. You know, going to charging for fines on overdue library materials. The elimination of overdue fines will be effective January 7th, 2022. The elimination of overdue fines is now being sent for all materials, including adult books, audio books, magazines, and DVDs. Eliminating fines ensures that everyone in the community has equal access to library books, materials, and services.
Mr. Gonzalez, is that light on? For the mic? That's okay.
You don't need me to repeat myself, do you?
No.
All right, very good.
Move right along. That's what I was gonna put that. I thought you were jumping around. So.
No, I'm sorry, I missed that. So State of Rhode has a new COVID-19 testing site at Fuller Learning Center, 60 Dover Avenue. The site will be open 7 days a week per week from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. beginning Wednesday, January 12th, 2022.
And just to repeat, this is a testing site, right?
Correct.
Thank you, sir. Next item for discussion or announcement.
Okay. The City of East Providence Senior Recreation Centers will extend the closure, has been extended the closure and cancellation of most programs effective immediately under Executive Order 2022-002 due to the continued prevalence and transmissibility of the COVID-19 Omicron variant and the increased number of COVID-19 positive cases. The closures and cancellations will be extended until January 28th, 2022, and will be reevaluated at the time. Now, as an attempt to stop the spread of the virus, during this extended period, the senior center will continue its grab and go lunch program, and home delivery of lunches will continue to be made available for those seniors who are unable to drive to the center. The senior center does not deliver lunches to residents staying outside of the City of East Providence. Seniors who would like to order a lunch or pick up a delivery are asked to contact our dining room manager, Cindy, by calling 401-270-1814. In addition, boards and commissions meetings may now meet via virtual remote member attendance and public participation until January 28th, 2022. City buildings continue to mandate masks for all visitors and employees, whether or not they are vaccinated. Also, under Executive Order 2022-003, the suspension of municipal and probate court sessions have been extended until January 28th, 2022. There will be no court sessions on Thursday, January 20th, 2022, and Thursday, January 27th, 2022. Those who are scheduled to appear in municipal court on those dates will receive a letter in the mail with a new court date. Please contact municipal court for any questions. Their phone number is 401-435-7540. There will also be no probate court scheduled for January 25th, 2022. Residents needing assistance with scheduling COVID-19 testing, vaccinations, food, and other resources may call the Senior Center at 435-7800 or the COVID-19 hotline at 533-9812. Those are both 401 area codes. Or visit us online at www.eastprovinceri.gov/COVID-19. That's it. Thanks.
Mr. Gonzalez, one quick observation. You had read about Executive Order 2022-002.
Okay.
Should that be 001?
No. 001 was the first executive order that we issued.
Okay. So the Senior Center closes 00. Executive order was on, what executive order was that on?
The first closure was on 01. The second closure was on 02.
Okay. All right.
And the third executive order applies to the municipal court and probate courts.
Thank you for clarification.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Gonzalez, if I may, for just one question, quick clarification. You probably said it, but I didn't hear you. At the Fuller Learning Center, is that's still by appointment only, correct, through RI's website?
That is correct. People to go onto the onto the website to set up their vaccination appointments.
And is that PCR and antigen, or is that just the rapid?
I would suggest calling the phone line. I can find out. I think it's just the PCR.
Okay.
Thank you.
If I can add, I think also they do the rapid as well.
Sure. I
think it might be rapid.
Mhm.
Rapid, not PCR.
Okay, rapid, not PCR.
Oh, gee.
Well, because I know that there have different sites are now doing different protocols depending on if you're having symptoms, not having symptoms, if it's just for travel, not for travel. So I just wanted to be, clear in case anybody asks for that specific site, what that is offered.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just rapid. So rapid and not PCR, correct?
Perfect. Thank you so much for clarifying.
I was negative on the rapid, but positive on the PCR. Yeah, the PCR is more of an in-depth test. Right. The rapid has its failure rates, but it's not totally ineffective, but it will pop, especially if you're showing symptoms. The
Within
rapid test will
48 hours.
Yeah.
Just the opposite worked on me. Right.
Yeah, the PCR is more in depth.
Right. But we're giving the rapid.
Yeah, I mean, the rapid is, the PCR is different, more difficult, and doesn't come back as fast.
Okay.
Because rapid comes back faster. It's immediate. So it will show you if you're showing infections. I mean, if you're showing symptoms and you're not feeling well, it's a good test to take because it'll let you know not definitively, as close to definitively as possible.
I won't debate that with you right at this point in time, but I will after this.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Next item, please.
Next item.
We do not have
Reports of other city
any
official, there's none. And we're going to move right on to resolutions.
resolutions. The first resolution is a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with CDM Smith, Inc. for professional services for the study and report services phase related to the inspection of the East Providence Water Supply Main Project. The sponsor is Council President Rodrick and Councilman Cahoon.
Mr. President, I think this is the procedural end of this process. It's already received approval. If Director Borges has something to add, I think it's time to award the contract.
Is present here, Councilman. So, Mr. Borges, floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, if there are three resolutions before you tonight, two of which were discussed at the last council meeting. With respect to the two contracts, we'd like to enter in with CDM Smith as part of the, the agreement we discussed at the last meeting for the cost sharing portion of the design work for the phase 2 pipeline to Pawtucket. The third is an agreement between Bristol County and East Providence. It's an interconnection agreement between the two parties as to how we deal with the maintenance and such of the pipeline. So we're here for any questions if the council has any.
The council. Any questions?
Mr. President, I have one for Mr. Borges, if I may.
Listening.
Okay, Dan, the third agreement, the agreement with BCWA, if I read that correctly, that also provides for the supply under emergency conditions of water one way or the other, right?
Correct. It dictates how much water we are willing to give Bristol County under an emergency in order to obviously maintain all requirements for not only the residents, but fire flow if we ever had a fire emergency. So that's all dictated in the agreement, correct?
All right, thank you.
Any other questions from the council? Okay, this is a resolution at this point in time. Would anyone of you would like to make a motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay, and this is for the first resolution, C1. There's C2 and C3 to follow. This is for C1. At the pleasure of the council, would you like to bundle them?
So, yeah, in the spirit of it being all to the same contractor, it makes sense to just bundle them. So I make a motion, Council President, to approve resolution 1, 2, and 3 on the docket under C. And yes, just those three.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Souza. Would anyone like to second that motion?
Second.
And seconded by Councilman Cahoon. Deputy Clerk, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, sir. Councilman Cahoon.
All right,
Councilman Murata.
Aye.
Council Vice President Rodrick.
Aye.
Councilwoman Souza.
Aye.
Council President Brito.
Aye. Thank you. Next item, please.
Next item is resolution number 4. It's a resolution in support of Operation ZAP and encouraging East Providence residents to join the 50th anniversary of Operation ZAP. The sponsor is Council President Brito.
I'll be brief on this and give you just a general idea of what Operation ZAP is, reading from the Blackstone Valley Tourism Council. The Blackstone Valley Tourism Council is an organization organizes dozens of group of Rhode Islanders, Massachusetts to join together to celebrate the first and largest environmental movement in the Blackstone Valley. It was called Operation ZAP, Z-A-P. It took place in 1972 when 10,000 people lined the banks of Blackstone River to clean the debris placed for over decades. This led to the creation of the Blackstone River Valley National Historical Park. In August and September of 2022, they will be gathering again for the 50th anniversary of Operation ZAP to clean across the entire watershed of the Blackstone River, including the 10 Rhode Island communities of the Blackstone River Valley. So that's pretty much in a nutshell of what it is and what it consists of. So it's an organization that's been around for many years. It's their 50th year anniversary, and during this time, they'll be looking to clean up Blackstone River Valley, and other locations throughout Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Anyone have any questions?
Nope, very nice. Council President, I make a motion to approve.
Would anyone like to second that motion?
Second.
We have a, Deputy Clerk, may we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Cahoon.
Aye.
Councilman Morado.
Aye.
Council Vice President Rodrick.
Aye.
Councilwoman Souza.
Aye.
Council President Brito.
Aye, thank you. Next resolution, please.
Next resolution is a resolution requesting the City of East Providence's General Assembly delegation to support the installation of a Russo-American's Veterans Monument at the Rhode Island Veterans Memorial Cemetery. Sponsor is Councilman Morado and Councilwoman Souza.
I'll read this one. It's not that long. The Rhode Island Day of Portugal is seeking to build and install a Russo-American's Veteran Monument at the Rhode Island Veterans Memorial Cemetery. And whereas the monument is a small token to the Russo-Americans who live in the state of Rhode Island of making an attempt to repay this and sacrifice, and also to let people know how proud we are as Russo-Americans. And whereas the monument will reflect the respect and appreciation this community has for our past and present military men and women who sacrifice so much for our freedom. And whereas the design of the monument will be sent out as a Portuguese architect community to design a monument that commands respect and dignity and speaks to the soul of the Portuguese heritage. And whereas the Rhode Island Day of Portugal is seeking financial support for the building and installation of the Russo-Americans Veterans Monument, and whereas upon information and belief, the municipalities of West Warwick, Cumberland, Bristol are issuing comparable requests for support. Now therefore be it resolved that the City of East Providence City Council requests the City of East Providence General Assembly delegation to support the building and installation of the Russo-Americans Veterans Monument at the Rhode Island Veterans Memorial Cemetery, and be it further resolved that the City Council of the City of East Providence hereby requests that the City Clerk send a copy of this resolution to the Governor of the State of Rhode Island and Lieutenant Governor of the State of Rhode Island and the President of Rhode Island, Senate and Speaker of the House, Representatives and Senators for consideration of a financial contribution from the State of Rhode Island to the building of installation of this monument. Sorry, I think it was kind of longer than what I expected. Too many whereases and therefores, you know.
It's quite all right.
If I would be more than happy to answer any questions if anyone wants to know more about this and how this came to be.
Any questions? No questions? I just form that into a motion, Councilman.
Make a motion for approval.
Second the motion.
Councilman made a motion for approval. Councilwoman, would you say you're seconding that motion?
I did, yes, sir.
Okay, Deputy Clerk, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes, sir. Councilman Cahoon.
Aye.
Councilman Morado.
Aye.
Council Vice President Rodrick.
Aye.
Councilwoman Souza.
Aye.
Council President Brito.
Aye, thank you. We're gonna move right along. That concludes resolutions. And next we're introducing ordinances.
Council President, if I may, I would like to make a motion to postpone this till our next meeting. So I'd like to just move it to the next meeting. I'm not ready to present this today to the council, so at the pleasure of the council, I'd like to just put it on for the next docket.
So is that just for clarification, D1 and D2, both of them?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Motion to table to the next meeting.
okay. So there is a motion to table to the next meeting. Would anyone like to second that motion?
Motion to continue to the next meeting.
Would anyone like to second that motion? I'll second. We have a second on the motion. Deputy Clerk, may we have a roll call?
Councilman Cahoon.
Aye.
Councilman Morado.
Aye.
Council Vice President Rodrick.
Aye.
Councilwoman Souza.
Aye.
Council President Brito.
Aye. Next item, please.
Adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Yes, it is. Second. We have a second also. Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Cahoon.
Aye.
Councilman Morado.
Aye.
Council Vice President Rodrick.
Aye.
Councilwoman Souza.
Aye.
Council President Brito.
Aye. Thank you. Council.
Good evening.
I think those people may have been here for the
Yeah,
license.
for the license.
Pass.
It passed.
Oh, so much to tell.
Are you here for your license?
We're good.
You're all set?
It passed.
That's good.
Thank you.
Councilwoman.
Councilwoman Souza.
Second by who?
You're
Councilman
good.
Morado.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
Well, the reason why I'll say it is because the PCR.
Put off, right?
Yeah.